What's up, everybody? This is Bryson Fowler, Boss Talks on the Rooftop, Dallas Smoke Fest 2025. And I have the greatest honor of introducing one of the biggest influencers in the cigar industry, Mr. 505 himself, Dan Ravanelli. What's up, baby?
What's up, brother?
How you doing, baby?
I'm good. Not a big influencer.
Hey, he's entirely too humble. Entirely too humble. You're the man in PCA. You're the man. Every cigar fest out there, everyone knows you, and you do your thing on your podcast. I love your show, and you got a lot going on, man.
It's a never-ending story, man. I'm trying out there to find the next big brands that are tiny right now, and showcase them, give them a platform, introduce them to a whole new audience out there. And in reality, it's a lot harder than it sounds. There's a lot of brands out there, but it's finding those right ones that fit in, that want to sit and talk and then share their story with everybody. And a lot of brands, they may have something good, but they don't have a story.
Right.
So, I can't promote your cigar if you don't have a good story behind it.
Right.
How you got started. And if you can't tell me the basics about your cigar, I mean, why am I going to tell you to go out and buy it and smoke it?
Right. And that's part of the community, right?
Yeah.
Having a story and being able to share those like-minded experiences, right? Because we both connect on being like blue-collar workers and going out there and getting it every day. Like, I'm in roofing, you work
I'm a
servicing just like me. So we come together on being brothers of the leaf, and man, every time I sit and smoke with you, it's always a pleasure.
Yeah, it is.
Man, I appreciate you always like being so welcoming and just hanging out with your boy, for real.
Of course, it's one thing about the community is you always find somebody that you connect with, whether they're blue-collared like you and I are, or whether they run a Fortune 500 company. You can always find somebody that's chill that you want to smoke with. And when it comes to showcasing brands and content creators and out there, it's the same thing. You know it when you just have that initial 5-minute conversation with somebody like that. I want to talk to that guy.
Right.
And it just kind of works out that way.
Yeah, and it's so funny because it's based off of just asking questions. I just simply ask the question, and you say yes or no. And I always celebrate when I get told yes. I barely hear when I'm told no, but that's another story. That's something different.
I hear no a lot, but that's usually from women.
I hear not right now.
I'm sorry. Come on. Look, I know you're looking for a disappointment right here.
Get out of here. Yeah, hey, that's his way of subduing their inhibitions. Like, hey, it's cool. Come on in. So,
come on, it's so bad you're gonna come back again.
See, that's that ginger snap right there. And so, hey, what's the next thing for you? As far as your channel, as far as your next cigar?
So, I got a couple more shows left till I take off the month of December. And then the last Monday of the month of December, I drop my top 10 list, which is one of those that brands always watch. The small brands want to make that list. I have brands that constantly are trying to make that list, and it's a hard list, and every year it's gotten harder and harder because there's so much good stuff out there that I smoke that I could make it a top 100 list, and I think I'd still leave cigars out.
Right.
But I got to limit it down to 10, and I can say this year without a doubt that my number one cigar, since I smoked it in June, there's been nothing better that I've smoked, and there's been some good stuff. It's been really cemented, and I don't see it being displaced.
Really? So man, I'm gonna have to ask you off camera because we can't reveal it. You guys check out his channel. You gotta watch.
As for that, I'm still working on the Tuesday show. I do on Instagram with Brandy from Her Cigar Closet. The live review show, Raw Cigar Reviews, where her and I live review the cigar. But the twist to the whole thing, if you never watched this, we bring the brand owner on and put them in the hot seat, and we review it in front of them.
Right.
So they have to sit there while they have both of us basically critique the cigar live. So anything can happen, you know. Cigar could fail, it could burn bad, it could taste bad.
Right.
You know, so it's a different element because I noticed really in 2022 early on that nobody was watching reviews. And I said, well, you know, I need to shift away from doing reviews. And I really wanted to sit down and I wanted to talk to brands and I wanted to talk to people.
Right.
And so I shifted away from that over to the to doing the interviews and doing live content.
Right.
Because I don't really do pre-recorded stuff anymore. It's just, it's not that I don't enjoy it. It's just, I think the live element's better because if you have a direct question about a guest I have on, instead of waiting to hear back from him, or you know, you can get that answered immediately.
Right then and there.
And it makes the show more interactive and more fun, especially when you have people in the chat who are adding to the experience of the conversation.
Man, that's one of the elements that I really love about your channel. I'm trying to incorporate that into mine, but I live off a schedule where like I can't just sit still and do the live like you do. And what's so crazy, I say that, but I'm sitting here watching your shit for hours on end, listening to your brands and stuff. And I'm like, man, you really got it down pat. I love how you do your chats, and I love how you do your giveaways too. I kind of mimic part of my game from you on the giveaways.
I just think, you know, and it's a lot more fun than just trying to, it's like, nah, let's just make it interesting, you know. Guess the number I just wrote down.
Right.
You know, or all right, we just answered this question. You know, what did we say it was?
Yeah.
See how you're paying attention.
Yeah.
You know, this way it you know, it makes you, the viewer, now want to pay attention, especially if you want to win something.
Exactly. Getting you re-engaged, teasers, and then keeping people locked into your channel. It's like, for me, I'll sit there and let it play, and I'll go off, do some other shit, come back to, oh, you guys are still going, okay. Oh, I'm gonna win something? Hold on. Let me pay attention. But yo, I love the channel. I love when we bring Mimi on, and I love when we bring Brandy on. It's so dope. I love when you have Michelle Cigars with M on. Man, wealth of knowledge, cool chick, love her.
It's like she's my work wife.
Yeah.
We talk pretty much every single day.
Yeah.
You know, she has ideas for content. She runs it by me. I give her my feedback. She has questions about the content she's putting out. I give her what I know about it, and then she runs with it. She does her own thing.
Yeah.
I told her a long time ago she was gonna blow up and get big, and she didn't believe me. And then all of a sudden she had this, just went from kind of to this boom, she blew up, and I was like, who told you that was gonna happen? Me.
Yeah.
Me.
Yeah. This guy.
Me.
This guy.
And now you're outshine me. You're up there. You're big, and
she's big.
You know, you're walking up to that big ivory tower. You get that cupped wave going.
Yeah.
I go, soon you're gonna be all Daniel Hoop.
Nah, man, she's not like, she'll never forget you. We'll never forget you, man. So when you started going in through PCA, what does that look like whenever you do media for PCA?
Boy, you know, when I started doing it, it was really, because my brand is centered on the small brands, the boutique brands. At PCA, there really wasn't a whole lot of those brands there because they really weren't showcased. That was a lot of money for an investment for small brands to make to go into PCA.
Right.
And so, you know, I wasn't really doing a whole lot of filming out there because there just really wasn't a lot that I could bring to my viewers out there on that. I did more TPE because that's where the smaller brands really showcase themselves out at.
Right.
But now that PCA has changed its dates, now that there's been this big explosion within the small brands out there, more of the smaller brands. You know, this last year I was busy the entire time with the massive amount of small brands that chose to make that big financial investment to go.
Right. And see, that's what I love about you, bro. You found your lane and you just expanded, you exploded it. and you go a full 1,000 miles an hour on it.
Well, for the vast majority of the almost 25 years I've smoked cigars, I've smoked the small brands, the boutique brands. Never really been a big brand guy.
Yeah.
Nothing against the big brands, but I like the small brands a lot because they're not manufacturing for the masses. So that high end, that top quality tobacco, the big brands aren't using it because they're just trying to mass produce 1 million cigars.
Right.
Smaller guys, they may be doing 10,000, and so that higher quality tobacco, the love they put into it, the time that they put into it to put out a blend that's completely different than anything you get. It's what I loved about it.
Right.
And when I started smoking, for me, they were what was affordable.
Right.
And so I always thought when I started the channel out there that if I'm going to do it, I'm going to showcase these brands out there, these cigars, because I think it's important to give them a voice out there.
Right.
And to see a few brands that I showcased very early on, actually now, really getting big, being household names out there that if I drop the name, people know who they are out there. Is that I was on them from the start before anybody else was.
Yeah, I knew them before they knew.
Yeah, it was just like,
and that's a big time element.
I knew they were gonna blow up. I just knew it. You could feel it by the way that the cigars taste, how it came across, plus the people behind the brands, their personalities, who they were, how they were sharing their stories.
Right.
The story behind how they got started. I'm like, this is why this blend's gonna blow up, and now they have.
Absolutely.
And I love it.
Man, hey, keep doing up the good work, brother. I appreciate you. How can we connect with you? How can we find you?
Sure, man. You can get over on social media, 505 cigar _review over on Instagram over there. Daniel Ravanelli over on Facebook. I got a link. There's a link tree in my Instagram profile that'll take you to everything me. Monday nights over on Instagram, over on YouTube, I got the live interview show, 505 interview series, 7 p.m. Mountain, 9 p.m. Eastern. It's live, and it's also simulcasted over on Facebook and LinkedIn, so you can connect with me any other way, man, and hope you enjoy the content that I put out, man. And if you got any ideas or any small brands out there that you feel need to look, hit me up, because I'll definitely check them out, and I can go bring them to the people out there.
Absolutely. Guys, remember to like, subscribe, share the channel, Boss Talks on the Rooftop on YouTube, and remember, storms don't last, but your home should. Peace. 2 fingers.